Warning. Every installment of the massive JMO review will contain spoilers.
Hello and welcome to part 17 of the massive JMO review. Today I will be reviewing The Murder of Princess Diana. This is the story of an American investigative reporter named Rachel Visco, Jennifer's character, who witnesses the car accident that took Princess Diana's life. In her attempt to help the police, she realizes that they don't seem to care about the truth of the tragic event and seem to be covering up a bigger story.
What? You were actually with the paparazzi?
I'm afraid so.
Rachel, have you seen the news reports?
They're reporting it all wrong. It's not the pop's fault.
Oh, really?
They're desperate to blame someone. Anyone. And when I tried to talk to the police this morning and explain it to them, they wouldn't listen. There's more to this. I know it. I want to chase the story.
It seems we're fortunate to have you there. Okay, this is going in now. Caused quite a stir, believe me. Yeah, see what else you can dig up. And stay in touch.
Okay, got it.
She sets out with the help of her friend and former love interest Thomas, a French police officer, to find the truth of what conspired that fateful night. Together they investigate not only the events leading up to and immediately following the accident, but the hidden secrets within the royal family. Every time they find someone to help, that person mysteriously vanishes or shows up dead.
I know how Diana died, Charles.
Really?
I realized when I heard that Natalie Cochran saw a flash of bright light, it was a classic assassination plot.
Do go on.
When I was in Bosnia, I heard about a particular plan. The intended victim was Slobodan Milosevic. It's a simple concept. You start with a tame driver, someone who will do as he's told. You tell him to drive fast along a certain route. Then you cut the lights and the CCTV cameras. Then you get your first car. Let's say, something innocuous, like a white Fiat Uno. The white car goes ahead of the victim, goes toward the tunnel. At the same time, you've got your motorbikes. One stays behind to warn off passersby, one goes into the tunnel. Now, along comes your victim. It drives into the tunnel, it sees the first car crawling along. So it pulls out to pass it, but the first car veers into it. At the same moment, one of the bikers uses a strobe gun, and a dazzling bright light flashes, blinding the driver for a few seconds, which is more than enough to instigate the crash.
I believe Milosevic is still alive.
The plan failed in his case, but it succeeded with Diana.
A car crash is an exceedingly inefficient murder method.
Not if your contacts in the emergency services are prepared to finish the job.
And exactly whose contacts are we talking about here?
I don't know, because whoever planned this hired someone they never met. Cut off, a surrogate. That's the way modern democracies do political assassination.
Diana wasn't a politician.
That's exactly what drove them crazy. You couldn't convince her to make an unpopular decision because of some spurious greater good. There was no compromise. She was a loose cannon. She would vocalize simplistic opinions like maiming and killing children is bad. And people actually listened.
Woolly thinking, Rachel.
Diana is more popular than she's ever been. She's not going anywhere.
What has this to do with me, exactly?
It was a mess. There's loose ends, there's inconsistencies all over the place, and at some point they will call you in to clean up that mess. And that is why I need to ask you a favor.
What starts as a fight for getting to the truth ends up as a fight for their lives as more secrets are uncovered about that tragic night. I know a lot of people do not like this film, but I loved it. It had amazing on-the-edge-of-your-seat build-up, and the character development, as well as acting, was great by both leads. The editing was great, the montage scenes were well done. I love that they use actual footage of Princess Diana, as well as actual news footage from the accident in some parts of the film. I think the story flowed nicely. The wardrobe, hairstyles, and props were fitting for the time period in which this film takes place. I really do not see a problem with this film. I think the main problem people have is that they see it as a conspiracy theory, but if you ignore that and just look at the thriller aspect of the film, it was very well done for a Lifetime movie. I have seen this film several times and it still holds my interest. If you would like to see it, it is available on Amazon. Come back next time when I will be reviewing Some Girls.